Welcome everyone, welcome back I should say to Squaresoft Presents JG Skips Past Some of the Title Screen. It's 3 different places we can restore from: Stadium Locker Room, Kilika Dock, or Mushroom Precipice. But we're not going to restore from there because spoiling things if you're paying really close attention to the portraits. And Stadium, well, we'll get to the Stadium soon enough. But for now, it's time to pick up from where we actually left off in the LP. Kilika. In our last video, Yuna and her pals were attacked by Sin on their boat. And they came to an island, and the island has been destroyed, more or less. The village has been hit by a huge tidal wave caused by Sin. Many people, or, well, we don't know how many, but presumably this place has been devastated and lots of folks are dead, and it's just not a good scene. And it's going to totally screw up Titus's efforts to go to an underwater soccer tournament. We also have sphere points to distribute, which I probably should have done off camera, but I was thinking about it. So we can go all the way up to here, boom, and get Flee, which is the ability to run away from combat, and increase Titus's strength by 1. Lulu, in the meantime, can come further down her path, and she can increase magic defense, but nothing else. Waka can move 1 slot farther on his path and increase his magic, which is not a terribly important stat for him, although for some reason it kind of irritates me in Final Fantasy X, and it has not been changed for this X-2. The Drain and Osmos spells are on Waka's path. Lulu does not get to learn those. Well, not easily. Obviously she can, and she will in this game, but they set it up so that it's easy for Waka to come across Drain, which sucks hit points from an enemy, and Osmos, which sucks magic points from an enemy. Why the underwater soccer player would be able to do that and not the black mage, I don't know. Yuna can move further along on her path. Because of the way it's structured, she's only going to get 1 skill out of moving those 2 spots. She's going to get Null Blaze. At this point, I have yet to show you what Null Frost does. Null Blaze, Null Shock, Null Tide, as you would probably guess, being grouped together and having similar names, do similar things. Kimahri, what do we want him to do? That's Dark Attack. That's basically... he kind of sort of starts out... like, this is where Waka's path really begins. Waka already knows this skill at the beginning and is moving that way. In the last game, it would be much more difficult for Kimahri to get on any of the paths. And I don't mean... it's not much more difficult, but... Kimahri's set up so that he can, relatively early on, get on someone else's path, because he doesn't have his own path. But he is supposed to get Scan, Jinx. Those are both sort of Kimahri's skills, so let's let him get Scan. He is, after all, the blue mage of this game. His overdrives, which we'll see eventually, are basically blue magic attacks. Blue magic in the Final Fantasy universe, as anyone who's played these games previously should know, although they weren't in, now that I think about it, the most popular US Final Fantasy games previous to this. Well, I mean, in 7 really didn't have blue magic that I can remember. Maybe it did. 8, one of the characters had it as her, like, overdrive. That's how it works in this game. 9, yeah, there was a character who used blue magic. But blue magic basically stems back to the Super Famicom era games, as far as I can recall, that didn't get brought over to the States until many years later when they were brought over as part of, like, collections. And you basically learn magic spells by being hit by magic used by enemies, and then you use those spells. And like a handful of blue magic spells are really useful, most of them kind of suck. And that's how it's going to work for Kimahri too. But he learns abilities not by being hit with them, but by using Lancet skill on enemies who have blue magic to learn. Which is why he starts out with Lancet. It's kind of his basic cornerstone skill for Kimahri. And now that I've talked at great length, let's get back to the story. So we're in a new town. Titus, watch your step. It's not safe this way. There's been a Geth incursion. The pub's closed. I don't think I can get through this without a drink. Drink! And, oh, there's people staring at a little path leading out to the water. We're about to enter into a scene that should look familiar to anybody who saw my pre-1,000 subscriber special teaser video. At least I just got done putting together a teaser video based on the fact that I'm now in position to record this footage. And I will send it to Bobo, and hopefully he will have it online. And with any luck, because at this point, as I'm recording, I shouldn't admit how far ahead I record sometimes, but I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet as I'm recording this, so hopefully that 1,000 subscriber teaser vid might push people to subscribe. I don't know. But hey, I had to play through the game far enough to be able to record the footage that used in that subscriber vid, right? I mean, I couldn't just wait, get 1,000 subscribers, then do the teaser vid, then go back and start the game over again. I mean, come on, it wouldn't make sense. I had to play far enough into the game to actually record the footage that I'm going to be using. But JG, I hear you say, you've got a save state all the way at the Mushroom Rock Road where you've been, like, grinding. And to you I say, shut up. Stop thinking about this. Stop questioning me. Just watch the LP. Anyway, here's the story. Enough meta talking garbage.
What's ascending? Are we going somewhere?
I hope that doesn't pick up.
Clueless. Are you sure it's just your memory?
Adjusting my volume there. Well, there might be something else that's wrong, but I don't remember.
The dead need guidance.
I should have adjusted my headset volume.
Filled with grief over their own death, they refuse to face their fate.
They refuse to find their
They yearn
fate.
to live
G.I.
on
Joe.
And resent those still alive.
Choose your own adventure. Bummer.
You see, they envy the living.
They envy our semi-3D
And in
effects that
time,
JG can't get rid of on the
envy turns
screen.
to anger, even hate. Should these souls remain in Spira, they become fiends that prey on the living.
You got a nice wreck. I mean, what you're saying is very interesting.
Isn't it? The sending takes them to the far plane, where they may rest in peace.
Summoners do this?
They don't just summon demons from the sky, they also send souls to their eternal rest. By performing the sending. Well, what form will the sending take? Presumably it's a very somber religious ceremony. And, whoa, sacrilegious much, Japan? Seriously, I knew, back in high school, I knew Baptists who would just, no wonder they don't like their kids reading Harry Potter and playing Japanese games. She's got tiny little adorable feet that apparently do not break surface tension. Okay, so I probably shouldn't talk over this because it's one of the more somber and I hesitate to use the word since I'm generally not serious in my LPing, but it's one of the more beautiful sequences from this game. The idea that Yuna is out here performing this ceremony that's guiding the souls of the departed to a better place. And there's some sort of Eastern stuff going on there with the symbols and the wrapped, whatever you call those, like ghost lantern things. And of course she's got the pseudo Shinto outfit with the bow and the whatnot. And of course dancing is a part of a lot of religious tradition. The whole thing with her walking on water while simultaneously being really cute and having a crush on Titus, something I said during Shady Nights LP, she's basically this really like doable Jesus. You know, it's like Jesus is your personal savior, only he's cute and accessible. I suppose Jesus might be cute and accessible to some people, I don't know. Either way, Titus is looking at this and it's like, wow, it's beautiful and haunting and she's incredible, and it's also all kinds of creepy. And a stylized image of that is on the cover art for that little symbol. Like, they all have a logo. Final Fantasy games, and the logo for this game is basically Yuna doing that dance.
She knew from the beginning what it meant. All we can do is protect her along the way until the end.
Protect her from boys.
Until the end?
Like you.
What's the end?
That's just a common word, Titus. You can't ask people to explain common words. Oh, never mind. He means the end for Yuna.
Until she defeats sin.
Until she's finished dancing.
Oh.
I hope I did okay.
She has, like, no self-confidence.
You did very well.
Good
They've
Yuna.
reached the far plane by now, but no tears next time.
Lulu's under contract from Johnson & Johnson.
I wished there would never be a next time.
I liked that
No
cinema
more people
scene.
being killed by sin. No more sendings for Yuna.
Admittedly, a bunch of people had
Everyone
to die
stood there
to set up
watching her.
that dance.
It was strange, and somehow horrifying.
Like a clown
I
doll
never
holding a
wanted to
bloody
see it
knife.
again.
That's my favorite part of that preview video that I put up is I managed to get the music from Final Fantasy X2 to fit the Final Fantasy X visuals fairly well, but the best part is that it leads into Titus talking about how it's horrifying and he never wants to see it again. Did you rest well? The others left some time ago. They've been performing all sorts of dances. Waka performed samba for the departed. I'm gonna be a blitzball when I grow up. Good for you, kid. He doesn't want to be a blitzball player, he wants to be a blitzball. This is my home, and no matter how bad it gets, I ain't moving. By the way, stay away from the summoner! Kumari performed breakdance to help benefit the souls of the...
Hey, you awake?
Whoa, Dotto has a
Boss
voice?
is waiting for you.
I just talked over his only line. Everything's in shambles. I don't know where to start. Well, begin to begin. Our loved ones made it to the far plane with Lady Yuna's help. We are truly grateful. If you haven't blessing yet, you got an item for me? Huh? Grandchildren made it to the far plane, okay. How about a high potion or Phoenix down? No? Alright, fine, forget you. I hope your grandchildren didn't make it to the far plane. Boom! Yeah. Okay, that's kinda dark.
There you are. Be said Aurochs, huddle.
Whoa!
To the temple.
Nicely
where we
by
pray
Lady.
for victory.
Lady.
Go! High Summoner O'Holland used to live in the Kilika Temple here. Yep. Lord O'Holland was once a great blitzer, you know.
Waka. Praying for victory's all good.
Not really.
But is this right?
Something wrong with enjoying blitzball?
Everything.
Is this really the time?
This is the only time. The players fight with all their strength. The fans cheer for their favorite team. They forget pain, suffering. Only the game matters. That's why Blitz has been around for so long. At least that's what I think.
Whatever you say.
Let's play and win, right?
You're violating my personal
Right.
space, Waka.
Temple's beyond the jungle there. Let's go.
There's bungle in the jungle. That's alright by me. This is the only time. I wish more cities would be destroyed so we would have better blitzball. I wish cities be destroyed and they destroy. Lots of people dead. The blitzball goes on. The more people die, the better the game is. Fan attendance goes up as people die. Counterintuitive, but somehow true. I wanted to believe it was just a bad dream. Then it was all... Wait, that this was all a dream. And when I opened my eyes, everything was back to normal. But when morning came, nothing had changed. Daddy... Yeah, okay, you know, your dad died and it's sad. But where's my high potions? Phoenix down? Huh? 400 gil or something? He destroys it, I fix it. I fix it, and he destroys it. It's a never-ending cycle, I tell you. Well, you know, the definition of madness is to continue with the same action and expect a different result.
Whoa!
Oh good, you saved Yuna having to dance again. She hates having to dance for just one dead person. Alright, so I get an item for that, as I recall. I think I have to go in here. Maybe it's not here. Okay, so you don't get to sleep. Don't sleep anymore, you're dreaming up. Oh, that reminds me, eventually we're gonna get to Mount Gaga's head. I'll have to bust out Man for the Silver Mountain again. Hopefully without all the mic issues that I had when I tried to use that song in Lufia 2. Hey, there we go. You're the one who saved my sister, right? That treasure box contains a token of my appreciation. Please accept my thanks. Hey, that's, I knew I recognized her. This is a member of the Killiga Beasts Blitzball team. And later in the game we would potentially be able to hire her, except that she's got a 7-game contract. I'd never bother to hire players, really, though. Other than Waka himself. You can hire Waka. Well, I'll explain Blitzball when we get to Blitzball. Thanks for saving me. Our house fell down, but my big sister's here, so I'm really happy. I don't care if there's any food, I just want to stay here. I can feel the sea. It's closing in on me up. Yes, this is a pretty somber part of the game. This town's been wrecked. Lots of people dead. They got wrecked like some toys. Sorry. Please excuse me, he's been affected by the toxin. If he says anything offensive, don't take it too seriously. He's also a player. What are you looking at? I ain't on display here. Go away, man. Yeah, I have to say I'm with him on that one. It's like it's people coming up to him being like, "Oh, you've been affected by the toxin, huh? Oh, cool. I want to like poke and prod at you," and he's like, basically tells you to fuck off. Shouldn't have used that language. This could be a PG Let's Play. Huge thing for my channel. PG Let's Play of a popular game. It could be putting all them big time LPers to shame. Put ads on my channel. Everybody will have to sit there and click through the 30-second ad that takes 3 minutes to load before they can watch my videos. It'd be awesome. And there's Waka. He's just kind of hanging around in my butt.
What's up?
Yuna's saying she wants you with us.
Huh?
I want to ask you to be my guardian.
Well, go ahead.
You know what? There's no time for jokes, yeah? He may be a blitzball whiz kid, but up against fiends, he's a newbie.
I'm killing fiends better than you guys.
Not a guardian, then. I just want him nearby.
I want him carrying my things.
What? What do you mean?
Titus, that's
It's
really
just
not the
that-
cool way to react.
Well,
We're all going to the temple anyway. Can't this wait till later?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have...
There's nothing to be sorry about. I'm just not really sure what's going on.
I appreciate that.
My
He's
apologies.
very honest in this scene. It's like, I don't have a problem with this. I just don't know what the hell's going on. That's exactly what's happening here. And Kamari, as always, puts the exclamation point on the whole scene. Kamari always sums up everything in the best way. Hey, something is written here. I can't read it because it's Funka Funka Albed speech. Seed cannon.
Kimari, why don't you use Lancet on it?
Why don't you bite me?
Normally, it's a skill that weakens enemies and heals the user. But when a Ronso uses it, that Ronso can sometimes learn Fiend's abilities.
Hey, sounds cool.
Kamari, why don't you use Lancet? Why don't you let me decide what Kamari gonna do, baby? Why don't you let Kamari decide for Kamari? I don't need no push it. I mean, you can push Waka around all you want, baby. It's none of my business. And he can damage an enemy, or he can use Seed Cannon. which I think is what we're meant to showcase here. See, he used seed cannon. Wasn't that incredible? It'll change your life. It's like, yeah, and I get to kill. Who cares about you guys and your stupid overdrives? I rule. All right.
Company, halt!
The lane crap.
Ochu, Lord of the Wood. We've had trouble with this one before. Remember, discretion is the better part of valor.
Standing guard, sir. Standing guard, sir. Standing.
Yeah, great.
The Ochu is no garden variety fiend. We could throw 100 crusaders at it and still lose.
Yeah, but you guys suck. We don't.
Poison is a surefire way to get to the far plane and fast.
Then Yuna's required to dance, and we don't want that.
We could throw 100.
Alright, well, the Ochu is a optional boss. Off screen, I defeated it. There are some who advocate leaving the Ochu alone until you get the bribe skill, because you can bribe it. Bribe is a skill by which you give items to an enemy and it runs away. It also you give gold to an enemy, it runs away, it leaves you items. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, the bribe skill. It's just a game mechanic that you can, it's used for manipulating the game and getting items and smithing weapons and whatnot, but it's not really something that makes sense. Like, it'd be one thing if you could spend money to get rid of enemies, but when they give you items in return, it's just kind of silly. But I usually just fight it and defeat it, and my off-screen, there's always a chance when you defeat an enemy by overkill that you'll get double rewards. Well, no, I think when you defeat it by overkill, you get double rewards. And he has, like, as a regular drop as an MP sphere, and as a rare drop as an HP sphere. So I kind of saved and played around with it until I got him to overkill, and then he did a rare drop, and I got double rare drops, and it boosted the stats of my character substantially. I'm not going to bother to go to all that trouble here, but I figure I should show you guys a fight with them. Now, everybody's overdrive is almost empty, so actually I'm not in great shape to start this fight. But let's go ahead and try a boss battle with Lord Ochu and see what happens. Whoa, he gets kind of up in your face. Got a bit of cold, folks. Apologize if my delivery is a bit off. And alright, so my controller is slightly set differently. Yay, Chew! We got spared, yes we do, we got spared. How what? Ouch. Okay, well, we definitely want to scan him. Now Kamari's poisoned, that's no good. Its claws inflict poison, restores lost HP by sleeping, retaliates with earthquake if awakened, so watch out. Being a plant, it burns easily. Yeah, so its biggest attack basically is earthquake, which it will do. It will go to sleep if, I think, once you take off about half its hit points, and then it starts getting, that basically puts it in a regen status. When you wake it up, it uses earthquake, which causes a lot of damage. The smart way to deal with that involves using Yuna's summoned creature, which is like flying, so it can't be hurt by earthquake for one thing. But I want to try and beat this thing fair and square. Earthquake is, or sorry, summons is kind of cheating, in a way. Oh, we found out what it's immune to, and I forgot to... Yeah, it's immune to dark. I should have known. Now Kamari is really poisoned. Let's see if we can get any skills from it using Lancet. Nope. As a matter of fact, he loses hit points on this turn. And it would appear that Lulu is not going to deliver her cool first time I ever used the fire spell line ever. So that seems to have been ruined. I don't know what this is. She'd never used Asuna before. The first time she uses Asuna, she's supposed to deliver a line of dialogue, and it's not happening. So yeah, it is like a bomb. Oh, come on. Computer, stop that. going to sleep on me here. Alright. Well, we do seem to be a bit outclassed. I certainly didn't do any grinding. This is about as weak as you can be when you first encounter this enemy. But it's a unique enemy, too. So let's go ahead and throw a Veil 4 at him. See what that does.
Yay, my demon monster, go kill. Kill for your Lady Yuna.
And I'll use fire, because it's weak against fire. Wow, this isn't good. It's actually killing the Veil 4 pretty quickly, too. Takes less damage with overdrive. No, let's can he heal himself? No, he can't. I wanted to try to push back its turn until it could use its overdrive. I think I better dismiss it at this point. Until we can... when it goes to sleep, I might bring Veil 4 back. That really didn't go that well at all. And there's dead Yuna. So let's bring her back the traditional Squaresoft way. Have her boyfriend throw a Phoenix down at her. And Lord Ochu falls asleep. I don't know if magic attacks will wake it up. Seems to stay asleep as long as you use magic on it and not physical attacks, which is silly. Set the thing on fire, you'd think it would wake up. But it's a mechanic I'm willing to take advantage of. Veil 4, after all, has fire. This was much easier when I played before, because I was sort of grinding as I went, and I ground a little bit before we got off Besaid. It's getting back more hit points than I can take away, though. So let's try the old overdrive. It does over 1,000. Over 1,000! It's still asleep. Got 600 back. Now it's awake. And the earthquake misses. But it gets another turn anyway, so crap. Well, there goes Veil 4. So you got to see what happens when Yuna's summoned monster dies. Just got nothing to summon. Not exactly useful in combat, so let's get her out of here. Let the regular crew try to finish this thing off. Hopefully it won't go to sleep again. If it goes to sleep, I basically lose. This will probably be the most challenging battle we have for quite a while. It's not too bad if you prepare for it a little bit, but I, at this point, basically haven't prepared at all. As long as it doesn't go to sleep, we should be fine. I think it can only go to sleep once during the battle. So we should win here. won't get an overkill, of course. And it costs us the life of Valefor, at least up until the point where we go to a save sphere, and then we'll immediately get Valefor back. We got 1 HP sphere, so that is, I believe, the rare drop. But since we didn't get an overkill, we don't get 2 HP spheres. This is what I got on my off-screening of this.
A summoner and her guardians. Very impressive.
Sir, we should fight too.
Let's beat them up!
Soon enough.
We'll fight for Lord Ochu's memory.
Young crusaders gather around. We'll beat sin into the ground.
We'll use John Cena, ground and pound.
Alright, so we won our first, like, quasi-difficult battle. He's got nothing. Yuna can learn... Oh, she can't. We don't have any ability spheres. And Kamari can learn something. Magic will increase by a couple of points. That's nice. So, in my other game, everybody's kind of wandering around in here getting all these power-ups, including Lancet. And then they went off on their own paths, and I had to grind a bit to try to keep them where they should be on their own paths, even though I went around in here getting like extra stats, like 2 points of strength for everybody, 2 points of defense. This is where I used the, and I'll show you with Yuna, because she can probably use it more than anyone else can. If there's an empty node and you use the HP sphere, boom, it becomes HP plus 300, which is, at this point in the game, a pretty good stat boost. Now you'll see she's got 852 HP, which is like more than anybody else. It's like twice almost what Lulu's got. More than twice what Lulu's got. It's higher than Kamari, who should be like the closest thing we have to a tank. Kamari and Waka at this point. And in my off-screening of it, since I had them all here at the same place, or roughly in the same place, I did 1 HP plus here, 1 HP plus here, so everybody got additional hit points. That's just me trying to be smart in how I allocated stuff. But we'll see, yeah, Yuna's max hit points are now like more than twice as high as Lulu's. It's ridiculous. They should both be kind of, well, they're girls, and it's an RPG, so they should both be like kind of high intelligence, high magic resistance, crappy at physical combat, crappy hit points. And it's not quite working out that way because of, you know, as the game progresses, she will, you know, 300 hit points will gradually become less of a big deal, but right now, Yuna is suddenly much more durable than she really should be at this point in the game. Now, I'm going to call it a video for right now. When we come back, we defeated an optional boss, we watched Ascending. When we come back, we'll go to a temple, and we'll pray, and excitement will happen. It's going to be very good stuff. I'm sure you're going to love it. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.